Can't be stopped, won't be stopped. Can't be stopped, won't be stopped. Can't be stopped, won't be stopped. I'm sorry, YouTube, my friends. How are you? I wish I was live the whole time because this is one of those days where you could not. But if I go back and describe what we just did, you'd be like, "You're full of shit, Kenny. There's no way you did any of that. It's a bunch of bullshit." And I would say, you know what? You're right. That's why I tell people, hey, why don't you come to the website and see us do it live? And then I say, you think I'm good? Wait till you see my algorithmic psychotic friend Sally Jello in a play. We got this shit figured out, baby. We do. And most importantly, with my stock market acumen, right? You parsimonious dolt, right? Whatever that guy called me. Vapid fool be gone. Hey, look, I'm still doing this, Fend. Where's that guy? Remember that guy that ripped into me 12 or 15 years ago? I'm still here. Where are you? Oh, right. He died. He's dead. No joke. I did a little research. But you want to know one of my favorite trades today is just getting out of a trade that could have been a loss. Could have been a loss. Could have been the sickest loss ever. CEP. CEP. This guy right here. I was short. Yeah, laughing. I'm going to crush these people. I love shorting. But you know what I love more about shorting? Is knowing when not to be short. That's why when people talking to me this morning about IBM is going to crush the market, we're going to give it all back. I'm like, have you witnessed the last 2 days? The buy on dippers are back. The volatility products are crashing. Tesla reported bad earnings and the stock went up. The bull market's back. Are you insane? But those are the people that we take the money from because we're gladiators. You see, this is a battlefield. And we got the howitzer. We got the Gatling gun. Well, they're coming at us with 45 Magnums. They thought the 45 Magnum was impressive until they walked into a fucking string of bullets coming at them at 20 fucking thousand rounds a second. This guy's texting me about how the market's going to crash today. He's buying 440 puts thinking we're going to give it back. I'm like, you have no idea what you're doing, do you? Did you notice every dip was being bought over the last 2 days? You know what that's called? A bull market. And as they're writing their papers and all their theses from Wharton, ooh, the recession, ooh, stagflation, tariffs. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Right? As soon as they said this time is different, what were you should have been doing? You buy. Right? When Kramer said we're going to crash on Monday, that was it. That was the low. When they started calling for recessions, when they started doing all the deflations, stagflation, inflation, all the deflation talk, it's the same shit. I've been doing this for 30 years. I've lived every moment. Well, we never had a tariff moment. Yes, we have. Remember China slowdown? Remember fiscal cliff? Remember Crimea? Remember the Turkish coup? How about way back in August? Yen carry, and then inevitably nobody gives a shit because the power of missing out trumps, sorry to use that word, everything. And the computers don't know what's going on. It's a system. If 457.50, then 460. If 460, then 462.50 on the QQQ right here in that guy's face. And he's telling and he's got like he's a broker of some kind. I forgot. He's in the industry. He's probably writing this thesis today about how the market's going to give it all back because of IBM. Nobody gives a shit about IBM. This isn't 1972. Tesla reported earnings and they were awful and the stock went up. Bull market's back. That's it. And whether it lasts for 2 days or 3 days, you make as much money as you humanly possibly can today because you're trading what you see, not what you think's going to happen. Nobody knows. Nobody cares. Live in the moment. Trade for the day. Win the day. Live forever. And we'll do it again tomorrow. So if Nudnik with the IBM idea, thinking that the market was going to crash, maybe he'll be right tomorrow. We'll short tomorrow. But today, you have to know the level, the law of three. Once we went up the second day, 3 days. You usually get three days. I thought today would be kind of boring. My favorite trade of the day. Let me show it to you one more time. You want to see some sick shit? I'll show you some sick shit. Check this out. And this is why I'm the best that's ever been. Right? I've gotten my ass kicked too many times to not realize I just let the market tell me what to do. Right? So here you go. CEP. Look at me. I was short the stock. What do you mean you were short the stock? You must be getting your ass kicked. No. I was short the stock right here. When it broke VWAP and broke the prior level, I shorted the stock. And at that moment, I said, I'm going to crush this stock. I'm going to kick their asses. All these morons buying this Bitcoin bullshit name. And then it went down. And I made some money. And then it started rallying. And I was like, oh, I better get out. And then it broke down. And I made a little bit more money. And then it became closer to the close. Open, I meant to say. And somebody said, hey, do you hold stocks into the open? I said, no, because you never know what's going to happen. Why even take the risk? And then the stock said, hey, we're going to go up right here. And I wound up getting out anyway because the stock broke back above where I didn't want to see it breaking back above. And then it broke VWAP. And then it went up 13 points. So even though I'm not in this trade long, I look at this trade as the best trade of the day because I followed the rules and I could have been getting smoked. And this stock alone shows you everything you need to know about trading. You don't fight the bull market. You don't get on the wrong side of a faux show VWAP bro. And I'm embarrassed now that I didn't buy it. But I was on to other things. Like our old friend Hertz. 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal, he said. Heard that trade works out a lot. Yes, it did. Comcast, even Comcast. Who even trades this stock? Comcast. 1 minute multi-day, faux show, bro, VWAP break on an earnings report. I heard these trades work every time. Boom, and it did. Cash. Here's my one loss for the day. Stupid idiot that I am. I went back to the loser. But I got a faux show bro in the bull. Got paid a little bit. Then it faux show broed again. I loaded up and then it rolled over on me. But luckily, I have rules. 2150, I sold some and then I got annihilated. It's all right. Can't win them all. But right now, we're long the queues and they can't be stopped. They won't be stopped. You know why? Bull market, baby. Fake out, shake out, breakout at 5 o'clock in the morning. Fake out, shake out, breakout at 7:30. And then consolidation. 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 That's not a reason to sell. It's a reason to wait. Consolidation. Nobody knows what's going to happen after the consolidation. So you wait. And if the stock would have broke down, you would have sold it, but it didn't. And then it went through the multi-day. I hear trades when they break today's VWAP and the prior day VWAP tend to go higher. And look where we are now. And my favorite part of today was I got two, not just one, but two people telling me today's going to be the day where we give it all back because of IBM. And I said, wait a second. Is this 1975? Nobody gives a fuck about IBM. They only care about Tesla earnings. And the earnings were awful. And the stock went up. Bull market's back, baby. Right in your face. See, the guys that texted me, two people texted me today. He said, you should be worried about this market. I'm buying the 440 puts on the Qs. I'm like, good, I'll sell them to you. How many do you want? And I don't know, could the market crash later today? Maybe. I don't know. But you're not going to be in it. You see? Simple. So now that we're at 462.85, right? You see the levels where we pulled back and held? Yes. Yes. That's 460.65. Would you let the Qs break that price without selling the rest of what you got? The answer is no. So now you're protected. So if the market crashes later, you're out. But for now, bull market. So you were looking for signs, right? I'm sorry I'm not wearing a jacket and a hat today. Maybe you don't take me serious when I don't wear my jacket and hat. But take a look at this CEP. You know why, kids? You know why the stock's ripping like it is? Because morons like my former self, or I'm still a moron, morons like my former self said, oh, this stock's a piece of shit. Oh, it's a dumb SPAC. Oh, it's Bitcoin. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. All the way to 100. As this stock is crushing the shorts. And that is how you trade. Nobody knows more about getting crushed on shorts than me. That's why if you follow the rules with VWAP, knowing when to crush shorts, you can't be stopped. Look at some of the other trades. Texas Instruments, you like it, right? Yeah, you do. Uh-huh. Now, what do you think you did on Texas Instruments? I'll give you one guess. You shorted it, right? Because it was a gapped up stock that broke VWAP. There's no thought process here. That's the idea. It's only been working for a decade. Maybe you should try it. Maybe I will. So if you're saying to yourself out there, and if you're just watching my video for the first time, hi, my name's Kenny Glick. I've been trading for 30 years. I turned 30 grand into 1.6 million and promptly gave 600,000 of it back in about a month because I was short and I got crushed. And then I gave it all back because I kept fighting and fighting and fighting. And thankfully, the market did crash and I made it all back. But what I know now is shorting doesn't work for any extended period of time. Shorting is short-lived and you're going to die. The years of 2012 to 2015 were very detrimental to me and my family and my well-being and my health. Mentally disturbed. I'll never recover. Never get over Macho Grande. Never. From 2012 to 2015, as a moron, blowing through all of my life savings, every penny that my wife made, my father lent me, blowing it out the fucking door, trying to short the market like a fucking moron. And then finally I said, you know what? It seems like stocks don't stay down when they break this little blue line. Maybe I should cover and go long. Aha! Like a light bulb. Like a fucking light bulb. I wish I had met me 20 years ago. I wouldn't have had to blow through my life savings 3 different times to get to this point. And the trade that has worked now, since 2012, we haven't had a loser in over 3 years. So if you're out there saying to yourself, wait a second, not one losing trade. I didn't say that. I lost on Webull twice today because I'm a moron. I'm saying earnings reports that break VWAP, gapped up or gapped down that break VWAP, tend to be a winning trade. Voila. Texas Instruments, 7 points. And now you got some chop in the faux show, bro, and you could have went long in the whole thing, yes. And the QQQ, you want to know where my stop is? I'll show you where my stop is. Triple bottom right there, baby. Triple bottom right there. But let me tell you what we're going to do. This is for the risk averse. See, I learned. I used to call it adverse. It's averse, no AD. The risk averse. What you're going to do, you're going to raise your stop to 62. You see that one candle right there? No, sorry, that's 61.75. Nope, it's 61.80 right there. So now you say to yourself, we're going to 4.99 today. Are we? Maybe. But you stay in the trade because we might go to 4.99 today. Probably not. But why not? Why not? Everybody wants in all at the same time. We're going to go fucking parabolic, right? It's a bull market. I thought today was going to be kind of boring. But right now, you're still long the queues from the first entry because we've only sold into the move at 460, 462.50. And right now, and here's how you really stay in the trade. Both of these areas are stops. So let's say you got 4 contracts left. You put 2 contracts there. And again, if you're in the 4, hopefully you're in the 457s. Let me show you. So if you're trading options, which is what we do most of the time on the queues, dailies, which is the greatest invention ever. By the way, if you ever read about daily options and people say they're risky, they're losers. They don't know what they're doing. For the first time in the history of mankind, you could trade a $450 stock for $1. Or actually $3 at this point. So here, look, you go right to the source. You got the open, you're ripping. You get into the multi-day VWAP. Oh, you were already considering it went to 457.50. So you bought the 457.50s, right? Check this out. And this is what I love about Thinkorswim. You could plot the option as if it's the stock, and now you're in. The 457s, they were 350. Where is that price that we bought them? 350 right there. 350. You sold some at 450. You sold some at 5. You sold some at 6, right? So right now, let me show you. The reason you trade in the money options is because they trade with the stock, right? So those pullbacks that I showed you on the Qs, they're the pullbacks on the options. So you raise your stop. If you've got 4 contracts left, 2 contracts at 595 and 2 contracts at 520. And if they go to 750, you sell 1 more contract, and then you only got 3 left. And then you take this line, you say, I'm not letting it go all the way there, and you get rid of it. And then you raise your stop to preserve your trade, and now you can't lose. Thank you. Pete told me that. A verse. I'm having too much fun right now. See what happens when I don't smoke weed? Kenny, you never even smoked weed. By the way, I broke that streak 6 times. I was away in the nature resort. Yeah, we had a good time. But right now, you're still long the queues, and you can't believe it because the guy on the TV said the market's only going to get worse from here. The guys on the TV know nothing. Remember, the guy with the really awful hair who told you to buy Moderna at $500 because he understood the pipeline. Josh Brown getting you into Roblox to participate in the metaverse at 125 got you out at $25 for a $100 loss and began the greatest bull market ever. They're sheep. They know not what they're doing. They know nothing. That's why they won't let me on the show, because I would tell them to their face, nice call. How'd that Moderna trade work out for you? Why don't you own it? Why don't you address it on the way down? When it broke back under 490, maybe you should have told your clients, hey, this one's pretty bad. But they never talk about their losers because they are losers. They might be nice people, but the people on the TV, especially print media, always late to the party because they're not in the nucleus of the market like we are. We see it before anybody sees it. And we understand that price action dictates the entire game. So even Dave made money today. Let me show you Comcast, right? Let's see if he's still in it. Now let's see. Let's see if Comcast is doing the thing. All right. You should still be in it. It hasn't broke down yet. It tried. It's flirting with the breakdown. And again, this is what we're talking: risk tolerant to risk averse. Personally, the stock's still down $1.45 as the market's ripping. You have to say, yeah, this isn't so great. If you have a stock that's red today in this tape, you should be up by now. But you hang in there, you wait. Just like IBM right now, right? Some of us had it pre-market. Was a glorious trade, but if you didn't sell it before the open, it totally tanked. But that tankage gives you the fake out, shake out, VWAP breakout. And now we're back in looking for revenge. And where are we going to sell it? We're going to sell it if it breaks back under 320 and a quarter. We're not going to sell it here because we have an orange line telling us that it could go up 6 more points from here. So why would we sell it? We wouldn't. We would sell some. You raise your stop. Or for me, I don't put stops on anymore because, and I say this affectionately, stop losses are for pussies and faggots. Yeah, I'll say it again. I got fined for that line once. Remember that? Remember those days at T3? Actually fined me $250 for saying that on the air. But I said, but they are. Anyway, when you put a stop on, you're basically telling the matrix where you want to get ripped off, like me on this Hertz trade. And now I don't feel so bad because it's back to that price. But so I'm in the Hertz, loving life, ripping, right? Woo, thinking it's about to go to $10. So I put a stop at the pivot, which was 888. And lo and behold, it went right back to my fucking price. Got me out. And I should have faux show broed it because it broke my price, went down a little bit more, back above VWAP. And in that moment, I said, I'm going to be stubborn. I didn't buy it back. And I should have bought it back because I could have got paid again. And maybe we do it again. But right now, we could address what we're in. We're in the QQQ, right? And maybe we're running out of steam up here. Maybe we are. Maybe we're not. It's not for me to decide. The market will decide. You see that little pivot right there, which is now that little breakout area? That's it. So now, if you're not willing to let it breathe, dump the whole thing right now. You're a winner. But if you want to try to hold on for more, and again, don't get accustomed to 8-point moves in the Qs. We used to be happy with a 3-point move, 4, 5. Now we're seeing 10s and 12s and 15s. That's going to stop soon. So all of this is gravy up here. I thought maybe we'd get 3.5. I thought 460, 457 to 460. Anything above 460 today is gravy, right? But there's no reason to get out unless it rolls. And that roll price is basically the 61.85. And if you're going to let it breathe a little bit more, it's just another dollar. I wouldn't even let it test VWAP. But let's say it does roll over, right? And rips right back down to prior day VWAP and holds it. You might be able to do that whole trade again. But right now it's about IBM and the Qs because we're working it. We're working our orders, right? Look, they tried to get us out of the IBM, but we didn't fall for it because our stop was right under there. Now if you've been suffering with the IBM, which some of us are, maybe you want to lighten up at 32.50. 230 got you 232.50. Classic, 2.5 points on a $230 stock. You sell a little bit here, but you don't sell it all until they take it all from you. It hurts so good. Has been a good stock since that $4 break, man. By the way, this is my first day I've lost on this bull trade. You know what? I probably should give it another shot, but considering it smacked me in the face now, that hurt actually, because I was up nice, and I Jerry Orbacked myself. I bought the VWAP break. I bought some more at 21, more at 21.30, and then when it broke back above the 50, I added to it where I should have been. Well, on the first move, I did sell a little bit, and then I bought it all back, and I top ticked it. Got hammered. So, my friends, if you're still out there and you're wondering about UVXY, you get it now. This might, again, if you're a rookie trader, maybe you haven't learned, if you don't know about UVXY up until you met me, right? You see what it did, right? It did go from 17 to 57.50, but inevitably, it always goes back down, right? In what I mean, people were using unprecedented. And I guess it was unprecedented that the president of the United States single handedly was destroying the economy and the stock market. I guess that was an unprecedented moment, but it wasn't. But it wasn't, because other things have destroyed the market where people have said this time is different. We lived through a pandemic. Anybody ever been in a pandemic before? That was my first one. We made it, right? We made it. Has anybody lived through the end of capitalism? Remember 08 and 09? We did. We lived through the end of capitalism. That was pretty unprecedented also. What happened there? Yeah. So this might have seemed different, but it's never different, ever. And whether this market rolls over and dies today, who cares? Our stops are in. They can't take the money from us, right? It's already in the bag, baby. It's in the bag, Ali. He might not look like it, but he's the greatest trader on the street. Fuck the Diaz brothers. That's two movies right there combined. You see what I did there? Plus, I'm handsome. Look at me. See? Drinking and smoking is no way to live your life. Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son. The Diaz brothers. He knows what I'm talking about. Oh, man. See, now we're already in the boring part of the day, right? Now it's just about whether you get stopped out of these trades. And back to the risk averse, you might be done with the Qs now, right? They're coming for you. Here they come. And now you're walking away from the casino table. Out, right? Good thing you sold at 62.50, right? Didn't sell any above 62.50. Who cares? Because at 62.50, at 63.82, I'm thinking what? 465. And now I'm diggity done. Bang, bang, out. Hey, I need a new hat. My hat's ruined. Stevie B. Stevie B, we got the algorithm working. We got it all working now, baby. And that IBM trade just came to an end also. All right, so this is it right here live on TV. I think you're probably out of the Comcast by now too, right? Oh, yep. And we're done. And we are diggity done. No more IBM, no more Qs, no more Comcast. Anything else? We're out of the Hertz. And by the way, if anybody wants to go down on the ship with me on SRAD, it's the only stock I own right now. Luckily, I outsmarted the Matrix in a way. I was going to buy 500 or 1,000 shares to get this party started with the stock. I do like the company. I actually have my son applied for a job. That's how much I like it. Data analytics in the sports gambling industry. I think the stock's going to be a winner. But every time I buy a stock with the intentions of holding it, always goes down. Always. So I started small. I bought 100 shares. And of course, they did an offering the same night. Hilarious. So now I'm not buying anymore yet. I'm going to see what happens at 20. I, I don't even want to admit that I'm buying it because of fundamentals, but I want to see what happens now that you're back in this mess right here. I got to see if it holds that 2150. At 20, I'm going to buy more. It gets down to 18 and change, I'm buying more. Breaks 1738, I'm just going to eat it and say I'm never investing ever on any stock ever again in my life. But I like this company. I did some due diligence. I read about it. I'm going to call investor relations. I'm going to get to be friendly with these guys and hopefully get my son a job with them. Right. That's what I said. I told you right away. No, actually, I bought another 100 shares for my kid, my other kid now. Yeah, I shall have 200 shares. But it's ironic, right? That's what I was laughing about. The day I buy it, that night, they do an offering. And you see, look at that. What the Qs do. See? You think that's a coincidence that I actually had a stop on because I'm just making a video and doing other shit now? So I put a stop on it, went right to the price. You think that's a coincidence? No, it's me. It's not funny. It's not funny. It's not funny at all. It just wanted me out. All right, we can resume the bull market now. That's okay. Dave finally made money today. The trades that I was planning on doing have worked. It's a good day. I could have done better on Hertz. Actually, I should have done a lot better on Hertz. How much I loved it. Only bought like 400 or 500 shares. Should have bought 10,000 shares like I was planning on. But you can't be a woulda, shoulda guy. That'll really drive you nuts. Wait, hold on. Oddly enough, these two stocks are traveling together. USAR and AREB. That's 2 times. Now it's like 3 or 4 times now that they both had some strength on the same day. American Rebel and USA Rare Earth. I don't know if they have anything to do with each other, but it might not be a coincidence. Maybe they do have something to do with each other because I've noticed these stocks are up a lot together. Hey, maybe getting out of this Qs was a decent idea. All right. If we roll here, I'm not shorting. I would entertain the idea of shorting the Qs today, right? Oh, he's already short. You're a stud. Are you? I wouldn't entertain the idea of shorting. If VWAP comes up to the last breakout area, so if we consolidate up here, VWAP's trailing along. We get VWAP up to here, 460.69 area, 460.75. You break the range and the VWAP, yeah, maybe I entertain the thought of shorting the Qs. Maybe. LDDFF. That's a lot of symbols. Sounds like Aerotine Industries to me. Anything with 5 symbols is usually something shady. Except for Comcast, I guess. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're in the penny stock world, baby. You've got 5,000 shares traded on a 30-cent stock. That's $4. It really is like Aerotine Industries. That's $2. He's on the phone. 1,000 shares. That's $2. How'd you fucking do that? With military and civilian applications. With a mere $5,000 investment, you can make upwards up to $60,000. That's my mortgage, man. Yes, you could pay your mortgage off. By the way, I can't stop talking like Bob Evans now. Bubby, this is the way I'm talking now, Bubby. I can't help myself. By the way, if you don't know who Bob Evans is, take a second right now, cash out of the market. You've already had a good day, and go watch The Offer. It's the greatest thing, and I'm so sad it's over. 10 episodes. It's called The Offer. It's a miniseries about the making of The Godfather. And if you're a Godfather fan, which I think most people are, and if you haven't seen The Godfather, I don't know if we can even be friends. It's almost like not liking the Beatles. But The Godfather, I've seen it maybe 1,000 times. I've seen Jaws about 200,000 times. I've seen Commando 25 million times. Don't get me started on Commando. Schwarzenegger. And then Aliens, and then The Godfather. I've seen Aliens with Bill Paxton. Why'd you put her in charge, man? They mostly come out at night. Mostly. You know Aliens. But after those movies, I've seen Godfather, I don't know, so many times. I know every line. This movie, it's a 10-part miniseries called The Offer. It is unbelievably awesome. If you haven't seen it, go see it. Who am I taking in the draft? I don't know. The Jets already suck. Doesn't matter who they take. They could take the reincarnation of the Bears defense. They'd still win 3 games next year. They're off. It's just there's no hope. You see that statistic that the Jets are the only sports franchise during the last Pope's reign that hasn't won a playoff game in all of sports. So maybe the Pope died. Now we need Joe Namath to die. Maybe that'll break the curse. Probably not. Well, it looks like my exit on the Qs was not good. Damn. But hey, listen, if you're out there, we've been talking about you. Thanks for the text. Thanks for the heads up today about the Qs going to 440. Yeah. No, seriously, I haven't come into a day more bullish than I was super bullish yesterday, like stupidly bullish to the point where I didn't even want to play fades until some VWAP breaks. I was so bullish yesterday, I was scaring myself. And today was just a follow through. And the idea that people were actually texting me and calling me and sending me emails about how the market's going to crash today because of IBM, I was like, we're definitely going up today. And again, I'm glad it worked out, but I mean, the guy could have been right, but you faux show broed 3 times. You're going to be on the wrong side of the greatest trade ever created. VWAP breaking, multi-day VWAP breaking. Are you serious? Are you serious? You guys know about the movie channel, TMC? Yeah. This one's been ripping with those other ones too. It's not the movie channel, but it's the Metals Company. It's an incubator for heavy metal bands from the 80s that are trying to resurrect their careers. Sure it is. No, but this one's a bit. I've been seeing this thing move along with the AREB and the other one, the US. What's called USAR. They have been. It's also a China thing too. You know, China has most of the precious metals and the rare earth stuff. So anybody that could show some competition to China, China. Speaking of China, how's E? What was that stock we bought yesterday? EWPK or right? Some weird stock. EPWK. EPWK. No shit. Look at it. It's actually hanging in there. Wow. This is a Chinese IPO at all-time highs. Now that I mention it, EPWK. It's impressive that it's even green considering it was up huge yesterday. Wow. TMC, baby. Yes. Yes. That one. I traded this the other day. Wow. Whoa. Guess I should have bought it. 250. TMC. The metals company. All right. Put on some heavy metal. Let's go. Andrew, shut up. You heard me talking about that yesterday. Oh my God, it's amazing. Read the description of the company. They say the word systems. All right, solution. We have a solution for the systems. And the systems is a solution. And we also have other systems for other solutions. They must say solutions and systems 10,000 times on the description of the company. And the website looks like a slot machine. It's so scammy. Oh my God. It really is. It's unbelievable how awful that website is. We provide solutions for systems in different platforms for systems. We have systems and platforms that provide systems and platforms and different services for different platforms on different services. That's exactly what the profile of the company said. By the way, this Weeble, thank God I sold it. Look at it, it's getting smoked. Wow. Now the stock is dead. I've been trading Weeble long on the way down. Today's the first day it didn't work. Yeah, yesterday kind of sucked, but I found one opportunity. What are you guys doing? I'm flat now. I don't know what to do with myself. The Beatles suck. You're a madman. Hello, Carlo. Yo, EWPK. Yeah, the scammiest one of the scam. But if it breaks 9.99, you're probably gonna be starting to rip again at 12.50, and then you never know what these dumb stocks, man. They know how to run them. I'm sure there's like 9 shares in the float. Let's see. You bought that line. What the hell was I just about to do? All right. What's the float? EW was it like 9 million shares? Right. That's what they only issue a little bit so they can control the whole float. I know that game. I was born into it. Penny stock, low float scam stocks. That was why I hate this industry because I was born into that shit. Before I was a trader, I was a broker. Yeah, used to be a salesman. Mm, 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 mm. What did I say? 9 million? 9 million. They got 9 million shares out there. By the way, fucking cues. See, they got me. I want it. Oh no. You guys still in some cues? Yo, EWPK. Let's go. I don't know. I mean, normally you don't have to risk 50 cents on a $9 stock. I'd rather buy it if it breaks 9.99 because that'll probably trigger some real everybody who has it on a new high list. Or if they start flashing big size on the offer and watch for them to gobble up the size, then you know this thing's going to go. But I'm impressed it's even up. Usually the pump gets dumped the next day. It looks like I'm sitting out of this bull market move right here. Shit. See, if I would have left the second one in, I just didn't have enough to play with. Damn it. Damn it, Jim. $465 on the Qs. And then you're flirting with you got to get to the candle, the Trump high candle, which is it's in sights now. So the Trump high candle, which we're still in, is where I keep thinking we're going to go. And then if we break the Trump high candle, nobody in their right minds should be short. I mean, unless it's the biggest blow off top trade ever. But here, so here is 20 days on an hourly basis, and you'll see it all. That night, here's the 63, here's the 43.14, which I now believe is the low, generational lows in the Qs, 443.14. Boom, bang, boof, badang. 440. And like I was saying the other day, if anybody's thinking about going long, like forever, at 450, you're only risking 7 points with unlimited upside. Which I still believe. So there's the 4 o'clock. That's the 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. In the aftermarket, we went a little bit higher. So I still considering that's the same day. You got that print right there. 468.41. And now I'm not in it, so you probably might go there right now. I laugh, but I'm crying inside. And if you're not noticing, right, when they started talking about when they really started throwing the stagflation, inflation, crash, Kramer crash, this time is different. When all that started when they finally started to say that, that was when it was over. And of course, Trump manipulating the market helped. Holy shit, I'm fucking really breaking shit. I better not do these things. And to applaud the guy, it's like someone coming into your house, right? And is holding a gun to your wife's head, right? I'm going to take all your shit. So He's taking all your shit. He calls his friends over. They grab everything out of your house. And he decides not to shoot your wife in the head. And you thank the guy. That's kind of what it is. Oh, thanks for not killing my wife. I appreciate that. Just robbed you blind. What, are you not going to call the cops? That's kind of where we're in. That's kind of what his presidency is so far. So he didn't destroy us completely, and there are actually people going, "Oh, great job! This is great." I am looking at usually the 1 minute and the 1 day. That's why I got super bullish today, because we broke over yesterday's VWAP right there. And now I'll usually look, again, you're not getting too much help from 2 days because we've been such volatility. So I've been looking at 10 days, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 days, right? There's your 30. We flirted around with it yesterday, back above that. So now it's just back to being priced. So there's yesterday's highs. This is big. And I'll tell you what, if your long hurts right now, I'm still rooting against you. Q's new fucking highs. God damn it, I suck. See, I was not going to sell the whole thing. I was going to give it that last. I decided to get out because I want to go just relax in the other room and not care. Oh, man. Oh, hang on a second. I think I got a reversal from yesterday. Oh, no, it already happened. Q's new highs. Shit. You hear that dude screaming in the background? Yeah, that's that guy. Those are two guys that texted me this morning that the market's going to crash. It's like, what are you looking at? Yeah, the script does it for me. Yeah, it's freaking awesome. Any time frame, and then you could anchor it to a specific day. So, for instance, when earnings come along, you could go right to the last earnings report of that stock and give yourself a three. It's basically a 3 month VWAP because we report every quarter. But you could VWAP earnings to earnings and see what that's all about. That's interesting. But usually, I just love 1 minute and 1 day. That's the classic 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal. Because if you get over today's VWAP and then prior day VWAP, usually that solidifies the trend and you're good to go. By the way, this EWPK stock is, you're 50 cents away from the highs now. You got some size at 50. It's working its way up. Oh my God. If they start flashing like big size at 950, that'll be good. If they start to pretend that it's going to go down, that's better. EPWK. I keep saying EWPK. It's EPWK. There it is. So anyway, back to Hertz, right? I don't want to root against you, but I am. I'm not in the stock right now, but I'm planning on buying it. So I'm hoping it goes down. If it breaks that triple top tomorrow on options expiration, we can have a gamma squeeze kind of psycho that everyone's still waiting. The stock's up 300%. The meme morons that are saying, "Oh, mother of all short squeezes," 300% is pretty freaking awesome. They're always expecting, 20,000% or nothing. But if it consolidates now today, now we've got ourselves, almost like a triple top. We break tomorrow, and you could get yourself some 950 calls tomorrow. I'm talking to you, Dave, right? Don't not be in the 950 calls if what I'm describing today starts to happen tomorrow, Dave. So 950s tomorrow will be a nickel, right? I'm not buying them now because that's speculation. We don't need to speculate, right? Just react to it tomorrow. This thing chops around today, maybe comes in, chops around a little bit, right? These 950s at a 35 that went to 50 today, they'll be a nickel. Stock breaks out tomorrow, and if it breaks out for real, right? Look at the 3-year chart. Wait a minute. What happened to the 3-year chart? Oh, that's a 1 month. I clicked the wrong button. Hello. Look at that 3-month chart. That's an Andy Dufresne, Kardashian bottom. 3-year VWAP is your resistance now. And that's the double top. So if we break a 3-year VWAP double top, this thing could rip easily. That's 1085. And if you get through 1085, you're looking at 1185. And then all hell could break loose to $14. So I see what the kids are saying. I'm in. I like it. But I'd like it tomorrow, even better. $9 or $9.50 call for a nickel. This thing rips to, 1050. You're talking about 20x. You're not buying 10 contracts, right? You're buying 200 contracts at a nickel, right? $1,000. You got $1,000 trade turning into 20,000. That's what I'm talking about. So I'm hoping this thing just chills right here. Bing, bang, boom. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. See, look at those freaking cues, right? They just wanted me to get out. I mean, look, the one sell, that was me getting out of what I had left. It's like a blip on the radar now. Whoop. Thanks. There's only one stock I haven't checked today, and it's ENPH. And it still sucks. It's kind of hanging in there right now. Halliburton. Where is it? It's a bull market, man. It's like every dip's being bought right now, except for SRAD, of course. Oh, even SRAD got somebody buying it at 22 today. Nimbus Stradivarius clouds? Nimbus. That's the Yandex stock, right? Yeah. Trump's talking at 12. Well, I don't even know how to respond to that anymore. I think he's realized that he probably shouldn't say anything stupid anymore, but you never know. Maybe he'll bust out a big cardboard thing again. That was funny. I mean, you could tell by the look on his face, he had no idea what he was talking about. There's a South Korea, 26%. There wasn't even any order to it, right? It was just random countries in a random order with just random numbers. And he was just. You ever seen the movie Crazy People? Where Dudley Moore. He was in an ad agency, and he did something, and then they made him go to an asylum, and he taught all the lunatics how to be uh, advertising agents, and they were coming up with these, just right to the point ideas, and they were selling Metamucil. If you take it, you'll live longer and you'll shit well. Metamucil. And then there'll be more left, and then they couldn't figure out how to get their juices flowing again. And one guy did a Sony ad, and he's like, he picks up this big piece of cardboard with a bunch of pictures on it, and he's presenting to the Sony guys from Japan. Frischnet Sony Germ. That's exactly what it was like. I was like, what the hell am I watching here? If you haven't seen that movie, actually, it's a really, really good movie. Dudley Moore. Volvos. They're boxy, but safe. You know it. It's a really, really good movie. If you watch this movie, it'll fuck you up for life. that was the best slogan. This movie's so scary, it'll fuck you up for life. Oh, I'm not buying to hold. I'm just saying I came in super bullish today and it worked. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, nor do I care, but I really hope Hertz turns out the way I do, like, think maybe, could be, possibly. So they say. This consolidation, even above 850, is super bullish. Know what I'm saying? I think you do. And on that note, I'm out of here. I got nothing going on right now, but if you're in Hertz, I'm rooting against you. Go back to 875. I want to buy the nines tomorrow for a nickel. That'd be awesome. And is it in my head? Do I just sound like Bob Evans in my head now? I can't stop talking like that guy. Booby, I'm rooting against you on this Hertz, fella. I want to buy the $9 calls tomorrow. $5.50. Yeah. You know it. Expiration, baby. I'm going to make you a star. You'll be talking like Bob Evans too if you watch this movie. It is, I'm telling you, it's the greatest movie. Sinatra was, Mario Puzo. I mean, actors playing those people, but oh, so good. I wish they would do more, but it was called The Offer. I think it was on Paramount. And you know what else I watched yesterday? 2 episodes in. John Hamm. He's a hedge fund guy. And he gets fired, and then his wife leaves him, and now he's robbing his friends. And by the way, who the hell buys a watch for a $250,000 watch without diamonds and stuff? I mean, there are watches that cost $250,000. Who buys this crap? Sick. People don't know what to do with their money. Just send 5 kids to college instead of buying that watch, right? You should donate something. People with too much money. I don't get that stuff. You gave me $20 million. I would live the same life I live right now. I'd be still wearing the same sweatshirts like this. my Raging Bull sweatshirt. I fucking love this sweatshirt. It's nice and comfy. It was free too. I'll be wearing this sweatshirt for the next 30 years. Doesn't matter. I don't wear watches. I don't wear jewelry. I don't buy nice things. That's why I still have my bar mitzvah money. All right. I'll see you guys on the flip side. I'm doing a show tonight, and I'm doing another show later tonight, probably. I might have to take some Adderall to stay up tonight. It's been a long week. But I'm feeling good. No drinking, no smoking. Namaste. I did yoga too with the lambs. By the way, if you haven't seen the lamb video, I mean, seriously, come here. Look at this. It was as if the lamb or the sheep The lambs are the babies. The sheep are the big guys. It was as if he knew he was being interviewed. He turned to me when I said, "Hey." I mean, it's genius. Wait for it. Wait, I'm gonna show you naked pictures of my wife by accident. Hold on.
So I'm thinking about investing in the QQQ. What do you think? So I'm thinking about investing in the QQQ. What do you think? So I'm thinking about investing in the QQQ. What do you think? So I'm thinking about investing in the QQQ. What do you think?
The funniest part is that
So I'm thinking about investing in the QQQ.
he turns to me as to say what? And then I ask him the question and he's like, "Man," he turns away. We're never gonna stop laughing. Oh man, we had lambs all over us. And we were the only adults there without any kids. It was like a kiddie thing. We just went there, me and my knucklehead friends. We're surrounded by lambs and goat. We're having the best time, and I'm leading them like I'm Moses leading the Jews out of Egypt. Oh my God, I got so many lambs and sheep on tape, and I'm interviewing them about Trump and the economy, and they're all. It was as if they were paying attention. It's so fucking funny. Oh my God! But the funniest part was so. And again, these were I don't want to sound racist here, but Chinese guys, they're smarter than all of us because they're inquisitive and they're born to learn. So we're getting our little tour of the milking area, right? We're already done. We were gonna cut out of there because I don't need to know about the milking part. We were just there to hang with the lambs. So we go in there, and then he's telling us about the temperature that they do, blah blah blah. And then this guy says, "Does anybody have any questions?" Nobody has any questions. We just want to get out of there, right? But no, this guy says, "So, do you refrigerate the pipes?" And then he's like, "Is any?" And wait, I have a follow up. If you're interested in keeping the milk and turning it into yogurt, would you? And the guy's asking like these inquisitive questions about milking processes and the temperature. I mean, we're sitting there going, "Really? Really? Really?" This guy, it was like 10 minutes of questions. And we're like, all right, we're just gonna slowly back away. Come on, guy. When somebody asks any questions, you say no, or you just moan and you leave. This guy, one after another. I think he wanted an internship. Or maybe he was trying to impress his kids. I don't know. Anyway, I'll see you later. One more time. Oh, where is it? It's so funny.
So I'm thinking about investing in the QQQ. What do you think? So I'm thinking about investing in the QQQ. What do you think?
The classic part is that he turns to me to say, "What? What's up? What do you want to know?" Oh, so sick. We were having a good time. What? Oh, and this guy's here. Look, it's time for him now. You heard the lamb, right? What do you want to do? You want to go outside, fella? Did Jemmy found it? Did Johnny fall down the well? Let's go. Talk about regimented. That dog does the same thing every day. Comes, stands by the, "Hey, let me out." All right, I'll see you guys later.